Wow, it's been a long time, hasn't it? This almost feels weird filming now because it's just been so long. And you know, to be honest, I just needed a break. I needed like a little bit of a vacation. A lot of stuff going on. You know, we had a lot of family in town, and on top of that, our last cat video, YouTube decided to demonetize it and mess with us a little bit about it. So we just needed like a little bit of a break, but now we're back at it. Fishing season's right around the corner. Hunting season is still, you know, in full swing. We still got a couple more weeks of hunting season. During that little break, I took that opportunity to hang out with family, you know, people that I don't get to hang out with a lot. I took out some family members hunting, some close friends of mine, and just had an awesome time. To be honest, I had to get away from the camera thing for a little bit. The camera has been with me for 6 years on every single one of my trips, so it was actually a nice little break that I kind of needed, and now completely refreshed, ready to get right back into the posting and stuff. This season's gonna be a big one. I really do think so. Last year, you know, the COVID stuff and all that kind of put a damper on a lot of our big plans we had, but this year hopefully they pull through and we can get them, because a lot of our plans we had last year we're actually going to do this year. So got a lot of big things coming to you guys this year. As of right now, we're predator hunting. We were after bobcats and like coyotes and stuff right now, but I saw an awesome opportunity that I just couldn't pass up. Jackrabbit ran across the road when I was driving between stands, so I filmed the rabbit through the thermal actually, which is cool. That's a cool thing about using the thermal at night, is you can actually film through the scope, so you guys could see how I shot it and everything. And then right after that, we're gonna go ahead and clean them up, do a little bit of catch and cook. If you guys saw my last rabbit video, you'll see that we cooked it just like steak. This time we're gonna do something completely different, and we're gonna see how it turns out, because last time Juju didn't like it and it had a little bit of a gamey taste to it and wasn't the best way to cook it. A lot of you guys said I should make a stew out of the rabbits, but we'll see. This time, just like I said, completely different, and there's only one way to know if it tastes good. Maybe I'll make like some fancy new recipe that everybody's gonna start using, but there's only one way to find out, so let's do it. There's a rabbit just right over this ridge. Let's see if we can't get him real quick. Thermal. That wasn't. There he is right there. Can you see him? Yeah, I saw him. He's down that way right there. He keeps stopping behind the bushes. Got him. Got him.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Yep, he's dead right there. Looks like you got a meal for tomorrow.
Yeah. That's a nice jackrabbit, to be honest. Wow. It's actually kind of hard to get them in this like low, thick country at night. We're using the thermal here, and they're actually kind of difficult to get at night, surprisingly, because these things, we've been chasing them for a little while, and he kept stopping behind some bushes, but we finally got a nice shot on him and put him down. So we got some nice food for tomorrow. We're gonna try a completely different way to cook this than we normally do. I got a crazy idea in my head on how I want to cook this thing, so you guys definitely want to stay tuned for that, because I think it'll taste good, but I'm not 100% certain, and you never know unless you try. So this guy's gonna be amazing. We're gonna clean him up real quick and cook them. All right, guys, we're home. We're about to start cooking that jackrabbit. That thermal we're using, once again, it's the ATN Thor 4. I used it in some of my other videos. Awesome thermal unit, great products and everything. Everything I'm using, links are gonna be down in the description below if you're wondering. The camo I'm using was One Right Gear. You guys can actually use promo code SinCity. We'll get you 10% off all your camo needs. I really like this stuff. It's awesome, but it was actually surprisingly hard to get those jackrabbits at night. You wouldn't think it, and I honestly never looked it up or thought about it, but on Google it claims that the jackrabbits are actually nocturnal animals and they move a lot at night. So when you're night hunting, you would think that they're just kind of moving slow and all that, but the jackrabbit is just like the daytime. When you're hunting them, they'll hear you, they'll see you, and they take off running just like the daytime. So it can be a little bit tricky, but with the thermal we were able to see them pretty easily and shoot them. We're also using flashlights because their eyes will kind of shine a little bit if you put it in their eyes with the flashlight. But we're gonna go ahead and start cooking it. I've never cooked anything like this before. It's gonna be slow cooked, so hopefully it turns out good. It's not gonna be rubbery, and hopefully it'll lose that gaminess to it a little bit, but should turn out good. We'll see what happens. Once again, I saw somebody cook some food kind of like this in the past in videos before a while ago, and I'm just gonna try to mimic it a little bit, throw my own little twist on it, and we'll see how it turns out. If it turns out good, I'm gonna have to cook a couple more things like this, try to fine-tune the recipe to make it a little bit better. And if it turns out absolutely horrible, I'll let you know so you guys don't try it. But very simple though. I like to do everything easy and like fast. If it takes, you know, a lot of instruction, a lot of different fancy things to do, it can be tough sometimes and it takes a long time to do it. First, I let my rabbit sit in salt water while I cut up my onions and jalapenos.
There was some. Oh, there it goes.
Then I added tomato sauce, chili sauce. I added my jalapenos and onions, minced garlic. I mixed and added the rabbit, black pepper, pollo powder, mixed one last time, and we were ready to cook. So this is what it looks like after cooking for a couple hours. The liquid kind of went down a little bit, kind of condensed a little bit in there to more of like a paste almost. But you can see there's like the leg bone. There's hardly any meat on it because it's all been falling off. But we'll see how this tastes. Got all the onions and stuff at the bottom. All the onions are cooked to where they're soft, so definitely gonna try some of those. But like there's a big chunk of meat that just fell out of the spoonful, so it looks great. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. So here's the first thing. I want to kind of taste the sauce in here, see if that's something I'd be interested in eating with the rabbit. That tastes pretty dang good right there. That sauce is amazing. So if that flavor went into that jackrabbit, it's gonna be just amazing. That actually is surprising me right now how good that turned out. So because the sauce turned out good, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in a bowl right here. Make sure to dig all the way to the bottom, get some of those onions up, some of those chunks of jalapeno. So I threw the back straps in here also, and because I cooked the back straps in my last video, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the back straps in this bowl here to taste that, so I can kind of compare it to what it was like last time that I ate it. I could already tell you right now that this is way more tender. Alright, so here's the little bowl. As you can see there, I threw a little bit of that back strap in there with that sauce. We're gonna go ahead and give it a good old taste test. Woo, it's hot. Dang, that's hot. Maybe I'll be able to talk Juju or somebody into tasting it, but we'll see. Juju didn't like the last jackrabbit, and I guess I probably should get him to taste it because he'll be the official taste tester to let you know if this one is any better than the last time I cooked it. So a little piece to start just to make sure it tastes good. And let's see. So right off the bat, I can tell you that this is quite a bit better than when I cooked it last time. This is super tender. It actually tastes good. It tastes just like beef, to be honest. It's weird. If you were just to give me this jackrabbit right here and didn't tell me what it was and just said try this, I would have thought you just fed me some beef in like a stew or something. This is actually pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can get Juju to taste it or something. All right, so we got Crazy Jew here. So here, I also got the back strap, same bowl and everything. There's some, go ahead and just rip you off a little piece of those. It's real tender. And last video, you didn't like the jackrabbit at all. You didn't like either rabbit at all.
If this one tastes bad too, I'm gonna have to retire from the taste testing. So nah,
we're gonna have to see how it tastes.
What did you marinate?
Get some good sauce in it. Just salt water. Is at least better than last time.
If I were to close my eyes and taste it, it would just taste like just beef you put in a crock pot all day. So it's actually pretty good though. I like the flavoring. What is that? Tomato sauce?
It was tomato sauce and like a chili sauce. So that was way better than last time. It just tastes like beef, huh? Like a beef.
After I get down to like just the bare meat and all the flavors gone, after you chew it for a while, you can taste the rabbit a little bit, but you know, I've been chewing it for quite a while right now, so no. But I'm really trying to get all the flavor out of it. That's why I'm trying to taste it down to the T. But I really like the sauce on that. That'd actually be really good on some chicken.
Yeah, so this recipe right here would be really good with like chicken, maybe like pulled pork. If you put this rabbit with the sauce over some rice or something, yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, I normally don't like rabbit, so for me thinking it's pretty good, that's, you know. So this one actually I thought was pretty good. Right when you put it in your mouth, it's actually pretty dang good. The flavoring hits you right off the bat.
Yeah.
So taste a little bit of spice in there. You put hot sauce?
Yeah, I put some jalapenos in here. So what would you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10 for rabbit, it's 10 out of 10 for rabbit. But if I were to compare just every meat, probably like a week 7.
Yeah, I agree. To be honest, the jackrabbit, it's not like the best tasting meat out there.
It's just.
But for this being jackrabbit, it is, like he said, it's pretty dang good.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, I don't like rabbit, so for you to be able to get a 7 out of it, it's actually pretty good. Because rabbit alone, I feel like it's not a super good meat compared to like, you know, pork, chicken, and beef. But it's not bad either, you know, it's not horrible compared to like that fish we had in a couple videos back. No, that was just something else.
Oh, that was like that blade fish, huh? Well, Juju, 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. Well, you guys saw it right there. Jackrabbit, I don't even know what I would call that. I don't know if that kind of has a name for it already. If you guys have cooked anything like that, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Let me know on stuff I could add to it to make it any better. I want to make more videos on cooking them. I've made stews and stuff before. I've fried rabbit, done all that other stuff, and there's ways to cook it that taste good every single time you cook it. But I wanted to do something different. Every time I cook them, I'm trying something different, and I want to do different things. It gets boring frying stuff every single time you eat it, because obviously it's going to taste good when you fry it. So I've always liked to try doing different things. When I cook it, maybe I'll saute it or cook it like I cook a steak, or in the oven. I was thinking about smoking one or throwing it over like an open flame or something. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know. But we're right back at the videos. We're gonna start posting a lot again, and I also got another mystery food that I'm gonna cook for you guys in another video coming up very soon. That I don't know if you guys have seen it done before. I'm sure some of you have, but it's definitely considered a weird food to most people, and it's one of my favorites. So you guys definitely want to stay tuned for that one. Fishing season is right around the corner. Beds are literally probably like a month away, month and a half away, and then we're gonna start fishing for smallies on beds and largemouth on beds and stuff. But a lot to look forward to this year. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you outdoors.